I'm going to do something a bit different in this video to what I normally do. Normally, I have my little place marker here with my little branding logo. But something happened last night, and I just want answers to an extent. But I've also got this other deck here, which is literally talks about sort of like you can ask your current gifts, you can ask what's coming next. Or, of course, spiritual, obviously, what we're doing here. So I was attacked last night in my dream state, and I believe it was a spiritual attack. Like, it's too detailed. There's things that have happened. I'll go too deep into that. I will ask the question in a moment. I've had a lot of signs in my life. It's hard for me to share everything. I'm doing what I can for my upcoming book, but even then, there's not every little gap's going to get filled. I get an awful lot. So, like, my life is a continuous synchronicity at the moment. Like, I get signs all the time. I have internal knowing. It's crazy. I spoke recently about like the heavy financial situation at the moment, especially leading into Christmas. It's absolutely mental. I barely have anything. Financially, it's tough. It's partly my own doing, but when you have plans in place, you sort of see it, you think it'll work out, and then all of a sudden you hit a roadblock. For instance, I did a fit note for my back problem, and it was just a simple request that they normally just give me it. Instead, they're making a whole drama over needing to see me or talk to me, and it was like, this is ridiculous. Now you can hold my money up, and I needed that, which is why that was the plan. It's such a frustration for me. And then all of a sudden they had a date for like the 27th of December, which is like no good to me bleeding up to Christmas. It's like, what are you doing? So they said, this isn't long-winded. It's just going to be quite brief. They said, if you phone in on the day, we might better get you in to talk sooner. So I'm arguing with Spirit because I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I at the bare minimum, I'm not asking for the world. I get a lot of signs about wealth coming and like the breakthroughs coming. I can feel it in myself, and I know I'm ready. But it's like in the present state, I kind of want a nice Christmas. So it's like, don't test me in a sense. It's like, don't test me, man, because I'm losing it. And it's literally it made me hit a roadblock, for instance. Rather than feel like I'm making progress, I just felt like, I everything feels heavy again. And I'm sick of this because I work hard. I work hard with I would say very little, with nothing in return, man. But I still do it because I feel called to do it, and I'm doing what Spirit wants from me. But it's like, make my life a little easy. Make it a little better. So I'm like, Christmas, I just want this sorted out. So I made the phone call, and I got through to them, and they said, oh, I thought you'd have to phone again tomorrow. And I just thought we'd go around in circles, didn't we? This ain't going to happen. So I was like making peace. I'm not even bothering because it's a waste of my time to keep calling it. So after this incident last night with the spiritual attack that I feel was a spiritual attack, I said to Spirit, I said, look, I get what was coming, and I understand that was a test. But I just need this situation sorted. That's what I want. And then I'll have the energy to continue doing what I need to do. But otherwise, this is just going to piss me off. I don't need this problem. Bear in mind, I had a lot of signs previously that said your breakthrough's you're going to have a financial breakthrough, and it will come through at the very last minute. At the very last minute. And I was like, oh, well, I get fed up with signs, though, to be honest. I'm like, nah. Now, bear in mind, I'm due to receive like a payment. It's not like a big payment, but I'm just supposed to have it on Saturday. And the problem is I need this fit note, and it's like Thursday now. So like, if it was any later, I won't get it. Now it's like it's like, will I get it? Will I not get it? And of course, that's needed for the Christmas period because I need to be able to travel and stuff. Yeah, my finances are shit, and I don't hide from it. That doesn't define who I am. It's just a precarious situation I put myself in, and we'll see where we are in the new year, and we'll do all that. But anyway. Spirit does always take care of it, believe it or not. I do. Even when things seem like it's you're at your wit's end, a breakthrough comes. And I got my breakthrough. I've got the fit note, so I've managed to submit that as quick as I can, and we'll see what happens. But either way, it's sorted now in terms of that. So even if it's a bit too late, I could just make a phone call on Monday and they'll push it. So either way, but that's nice. Now I feel stress free in a sense, even though I had my little incident in the middle of the night. Yeah, Jesus. So I'm going to ask about that now. I am aware that sometimes Spirit wants me to keep some things private. So me doing a public video like this may not want them to answer. All I would ask for them then is don't give me the wrong cards. Just don't answer me if you don't want to answer anything. That's where we're going to do that. So was the recent incident a spiritual attack? Well, holy shit. Jesus Christ. This is what I talk about. Literally, you've got the sun, which is my yes card. It's like your absolute yes card. But the point is, we've also got the freaking high priest. I'm getting goosebumps. And bear in mind, I already asked off camera earlier, but when it happened, I was getting goosebumps and chills when I was talking about it. Um, and literally, and I see that as in training. And I literally said this, that's what I think it is. I am in training. And that was a test. That is incredible because you got the high priestess, but then we've got the high priest, which is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a spiritual teacher. So the high priestess, you're learning, you're still thinking, but that's becoming a teacher. So I'm actually becoming stronger and more resilient at what I'm doing. But I am still learning. My God, I knew it was going to be, but I was going to see would they answer me? That's incredible. Oh well, Queen of Wands at the bottom. I mean, that's just answered that question. Now we're going to ask a different one. I don't know if they're going to want to answer me on this, and I'm not saying I am for different. This isn't me trying to boost an high priestess. I was about to ask, am I an earth angel? I've not asked yet, but they've just thrown this at me while I was thinking it. That's crazy. We just had out of like 4 cards. Out of 4 cards, we've had the high priestess and the priest, high priest, the hierophant. So I mean, look, this is why I'm doing it on camera like this. I want to be as transparent as I can. No ambiguity with it. Shit. I don't care what people think. I just want to give people sort of the strength to be themselves. I recognize me being strong and resilient with my voice will allow other people to speak up and share their experiences. I wrote that in my book, Lucy Mind to Find Your Soul. People have been suppressed for so long that when they have an experience, especially a supernatural experience, they hold it in through ridicule. And it's like that. Just for me, that stunts our evolution. And I've said that. I said, so the problem is we listen to scientists too much who only know so much limited knowledge. And it's only when they open up other thought paradigms and they can justify something, they say, oh, wait a minute, we've just figured this breakthrough. It's like, yeah, mate, we've been experiencing this shit without your freaking little equipment to figure it out. Let's start opening our minds a little bit here and actually start going by what we're experiencing rather than keep doing it by bloody analytics and shit. That's why I don't really care about science anymore. You're too far behind. You need to catch up, mate. We can't be waiting for you. So we figured out it was I'm excited just because there was 2 cards, man. It's like the 2 spiritual cards out the whole deck. It's crazy. So anyway. Right. Am I an earth angel? I think karma is judgment. 20. I need the other deck. I'm going to have to get the other deck. Oh, I might have to get the book. But I'd rather get the cards, to be honest. We try and find the card to match it because we know what it is. It's number 20 in tarot. I'm pretty sure it's judgment. I think it's the one where you release in your spirit, which kind of points towards certain thing. God damn it! I'm never gonna find it. It's just it's more of a visual thing. If I can show that card, it gives more of a visual thing. If I go by the book, it's not really going to help with a visual. Yeah, judgment. So the card in this deck isn't as good as the card in that deck. So it's the same card though, both number 20 in tarot. So I'm asking, am I? And it's like releasing your self spirit. This card says this one, so it's slightly different, but it's meaning the same card. It's kind of weird though. Obviously, everyone's open to their interpretation. I'm just showing what they've given me. And personally, I'm not going to say what I think. I'm just going to leave it open. People can think what they want. You're releasing yourself to spirit, aren't you? So it speaks for itself, really. Then we've got 5 of Cups. So yeah, this world, I talk about this a lot, where the world is so heavy and dense, it's demoralizing as shit for the majority of us. And literally, I see because they come out together, I get a lot of signs about. I help people liberate themselves and find the right path, if you like. So it's almost like a source of hope for some people, and that's kind of what that's pointing towards. That card's a bit of a weird one in terms of its representation. But if you had that next to that one, for instance, it's like freeing yourself, and that's what one would do, I would assume. Let's do another question. It's gonna be exciting. Again, I'm not expecting yes answers. Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. That is actually mental because I was about to say, I don't even know if I did say it. I'd say temperance. If I was going to say you an earth angel, I'd expect temperance. We've got temperance at the bottom. That's good. That's nice. So this one's going to be a bit harder of an answer because is it going to represent what I'm asking, or is it going to answer yes or no? Am I an archangel in training? Well, I'm going to do 3 more shuffles. If it doesn't come out, I'm accepting the not answer. All right. I could sense they didn't want to answer that because, not being funny, things are going to get influenced in this 3D world where we're trying to exist and we're trying to get things done. Not only do you become a target, but then I think the expectation becomes ridiculous. So I'm not. We'll leave it open ended. We don't need to know. I'll know on the other side. Let's just experience life. So that was a test. So let's see if that was a test. Was the spiritual attack part of my training? Right, I'm going to stop in a sec because I don't want to push it if they don't want to answer. Because again, it's public and it's like if I was doing it off camera, they'd probably be answering me. Because I'm doing it on camera, there's things they won't want people to know. That would have come out by now. So leaving that close for me as well. We've already got the quite deep answers so far for certain things. Is my career breakthrough imminent? Oh, King of Pentacles. Hell yeah. That's huge. Literally sit on your throne and you're going to like a lot of money, doing very well, big success. Okay, mate. Okay, mate. Pastures new. I feel this internally, by the way. So it's only confirming, you know. Yeah, I like the fact they answer when they want to and don't when they don't. And I know it's important to listen to what they're saying with that, you know. Don't really know what else to ask because I've been asking so many questions about things going on in general. Okay, did Spirit help me with the recent financial breakthrough? Did Spirit help me with that? They gave me options. Mm, carrying a lot on my shoulders. Hmm, that's nice. That's what I mean. We're like a team, you know. That's the thing I think people don't understand. We see each other in a 3D world, for instance, and you just see one person, you go, "Oh, you got strong shoulders," or you're going through this. The thing is, it's like we've all got a team around us. It's like some people are distant from their team; they don't understand they're there, so they live life traversing it and misunderstanding situations and not really understanding who they are. But when you go on a healing journey and you start to relate to your guides and you can connect and attune to them, it's not just me. And I think that's the thing people need to understand. It's not just me. This is me and my team, and I have a very powerful team behind me. So between us as a group, we take on the world. Let's take on these challenges. Sometimes they'll take a step back because it's part of my journey. But that's the whole point. But they'll also guide and teach me when I need it, and I listen and I'm attuned with them. And I think that's the thing I'm trying to just encourage people and teach them through my spiritual books, for instance. So I just want to uplift people and make everybody strong. You know, thing is, I don't know. So I don't even know my potential. I haven't even reached my potential yet, and that's not boosting an ego or anything. I'm still learning as I grow. So it's a case of I'll teach people and I'll help where I can, but I'm also continually learning and evolving too. So there's things I haven't even experienced, and I find that exciting anyway. But like I say, I just want to make people strong. You know, am I am I a teacher? I speak the truth. It's success, building success. So would argue that is yes, truth and clarity. Getting goosebumps, by the way. It's making people stop and think for a bit, you know, take a moment to pause, reflect, then maybe find that clarity, seek that purpose, be successful. No, it's actually beautiful, and I love it. I already know these things. I'm literally asking them, and it's just nice that they're confirming it, rather than make me look stupid and start throwing out some silly cards, some wild cards, just to make me look silly. That's the thing that goes a little bit like, "Are you going to play with me?" No, we'll take it serious. Just trying to think what else now, because I think, to be honest, I just confirmed really what I wanted to confirm. This wasn't going to be a big thing, really. I'm not going to ask about love. I'm already aware who my person is. I talk about it a lot, and I don't want to put pressure on them. Um, but I do consider them like, I think the thing when it comes to love and romance, and I'm not going to go on too long because I want to do this other thing. The thing about love and romance is I think people, where people rush into relationships and they go with anybody, you've got to ask yourself what you're actually looking for in love. For me, I'm looking for a best friend, and you're not just going to find that anywhere. So that person who would potentially be my partner is like my best friend in life. And it's like, I'm not, so I talk about it a lot. I'm not looking for a big circle. I just want the ones closest to me, people I trust and truly value and love. And it's like, this is my team. In the same way, I got my spiritual team. I got my spirit team supporting me, and I also just want my group. And it's like, this is it. We don't need more than this. This is nice, because if you, it's about having high value around you. You know, people that are great. That's what it's about. Then you don't have to have so many. It's like, I've just got the greatness. What does spirit want to tell me about me and my divine counterpart? What I would say is I always get power couple. Like, we literally, part of my breakthrough comes from our collaboration, our work together. It is, look, what did I just say as well? I was talking about the fact that I just want a small team around me, and we're like best friends and things. Is that not epitome of that? You know, and like I said, I do readings for me. I don't do it for other people. I can, and I've done it for people when they're desperately in need. But effectively, I'm just tuning into my guides, and my connection to them is strong. And that's what I just want to get through to people, is to learn to do that for themselves with their team. I don't want to connect to other people's teams and energies, because I don't know what entities are around them, and I don't want to be a part of that, because I'm got my own life to live, you know, my own piece to build. So I'm going to stay away from that one now, because I think we've covered a lot. I'm happy with the cards that has been come out. What I want to do is ask two questions. It's simple. This is a very spiritual deck in terms of like gifts and things that come, your connection to source. Great deck. I'll tell you what it is before I get any further. It's Gateway of Light Activation. It's a really nice deck. Really nice deck. So I just want to know, which cards currently represent my. I've done it. Wait, I've used to ask this, but I haven't used this deck in ages. Which cards represent me now? Hmm. So, one card. Sometimes I get more. Oh, two. I've got two. Okay. So you've got Transcendence, Ascension, you are rising up. And I spoke about the training and like the ascension and things. I've spoke about that, but Spirit didn't want to answer that yet. They don't want to be specific about that, because I think it's personal, private to my journey, my training. Again, you don't train in public, train in private. So it says there, Transcendence. I don't know if you can see that. You are rising up, Ascension. Pretty cool. And actually, if you was to go through my wrapped video I did yesterday for Spotify, they said you are a storyteller, and it had a similar symbol like this. I think more like a ruby, but it didn't look much different to that at the very end of that video. That's interesting. Then we've got Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace, which goes hand in hand with the temperance and potential earth angel. What's on the bottom? We don't always need the bottom of the deck, but I just say, if I feel compelled to look, I'll look. It says evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinkers. That's real current energy or real present energy. Pretty cool. So we got Arcturian light codes and Lemurian seed codes. That's really interesting. And the cards are very similar colors. These two, anyway, at least. Look. These two, very similar colors. They look like they bounce together. So you've got rising up and getting your codes. Isn't that pretty cool? And then on top of that, we got this one. Very, very nice. Living with grace. Um, what's coming next for me? What's coming next? Oh, all right. Well, the same cards. That'd be pointless, wouldn't it? We've got 3 cards. We've got Infinite Potential, Manifestation Vortex. That's huge. Look at that. Just literally opening the door to whatever you need to really for your journey on Earth's Earth. I get a lot of signs that I'm going to be projected a million miles forward into far more luxury and opportunity, really, because that's where I need to be able to help people. So you just get put in the spotlight, really. That's kind of pointing towards that, isn't it? So then we've also, well, the next one was this one. So that's Heart Chakra Opening, Unlocking Generosity. That's interesting, isn't it? Because what did I just say? The opportunity comes so I can help people, because that's really what I want to be able to do. But I need to be able to help myself first, so I kind of need the door to open. Then we got Sacral Chakra, Tenderness, Sensuality. Well, it kind of makes sense because I'm talking about a love, romance, creativity and stuff. That's what that's really leaning towards. I think it's saying there's a um, yeah, there's that side of things about to begin in terms of love. I think that's what it's saying. It's a big part of the Grand Awakening to an extent. That's pretty cool. We'll have just a glimpse at the back. Throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. That's coming next. I already speak up anyway, but it's authenticity. So it just means I'm going to be far more authentic than I already am. I'm probably going to just thrive and shine doing that. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, they look like, I don't know if I did the cards all together. I'm not going to make this any longer because no point in extending it. I think I've got the answers, really. I was asking the questions. It is what it is. Sometimes we don't need labels. So whether we are anything or not something, either way, we're all having this human experience. In this present situation, we're all just humans, you know. And then we go back to source after our time ends on Earth, and we'll play our part in whatever way spirit needs on the astral side of things. You know, some people literally just go off and have more life lessons and have experiences in other dimensions and places and timelines, all for their soul evolution, of course. And others who have already ascended quite deeply on their soul growth will end up ascending to become, could potentially be spirit guides, ascended masters, guardian angels, angels, archangels. I don't know if being archangels is really a realistic thing. I don't know. But who's to say? You know, but again, won't know until we're over there, is there? So jealousy exists on this plane of existence, but not in spirit. And I think that's the thing. People just lose sight of, they lose sight of reality, considering this reality. Mental. But anyway, like I say, that's my connection to my guides, and I am blessed for it.